Agency in Motion continuing education series. This series is specifically designed for producers, agents, advisors, and agency builders in the financial services industry. Today's episode centers around building a six-figure business in financial services and insurance. Yes, we do have bigger goals than that, but you can't get to seven figures without getting through six figures. So today's episode really concentrates on some key aspects and things you need to understand in getting your business to those milestones. The one we're talking about today is six figures. So when you need to understand that your game plan is so important, you can't just start to go into a business and build a six-figure business, build a seven-figure business without understanding how you're going to get there. Now, in our financial services industry, we don't sell products online that people can buy. They have to interact with us. We're financial advisors, agents. So we do education, we do sales, we do consulting. But you need to understand that if you have stuff running online 24 hours a day, that marketing is 24 hours a day. So you need to break your business down and understand that 100 grand a year, six figures, that first mark that you want to hit, it's actually 273 a day. 273 a day is only $11 an hour if you have a business that's running 24 hours. So whereas you don't have products that are bought at a cart checkout, you can run your marketing 24 hours, you can educate people 24 hours, and you can build your pipeline, which produces the cash flow that's going to get there. Remember, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. So we teach our clients to create passive income from assets. Here, you want to create marketing machines, brand recognition online, everything that you need so that the trust, rapport, and credibility is built before they even really talk to you in person. One of the most important things that we have to learn, craft, and master is marketing. You can't get through this whole process without really understanding marketing. Marketing is the front door of your business. There's nobody coming in the front door of your business, whether that's a physical front door or a virtual front door, you have no business. So you need to challenge yourself every day to do better, move beyond your limits, get out of your comfort zone. You can't be a secret agent. If you're going to build a 6-7 figure business, you have to be seen, you have to be heard. That means that you're going to get some criticism online. If nobody's critical of what you're doing, you're really not doing anything in a big way. Your leads are absolutely everywhere if you position yourself right. Now, remember, if you're positioning yourself, hey, do you want to talk about insurance? Do you want to talk about retirement? Most of the time, that's going to fall on deaf ears or that's going to fall on rejection. You've got to position yourself to where we have a big front end of the funnel, meaning what you're proposing, what you're educating, what you're soliciting online has a lot of people in your persona raising their hands saying, yes, I want to talk to you about that. You need to learn how to inverse or reverse the conversation. If you're selling insurance and retirement on the back end, how are you going to get enough people into the booked meetings? You've got to think about that. What we do in our financial services agency is we lead with helping get rid of burdens, like the 30-year mortgage, like the debt in a fraction of the time, because then you're not trying to give somebody something that they probably need. You're helping them get rid of something that's already a burden. And by doing that, you position yourself as the trusted advisor. Now you have the rest of the business. You don't have to think about what market is best. You need to go into all the markets. I don't have the common market on here, but if you're in the cold market or you're in social media market and you're producing qualified leads in your persona, guess what? Those people have a warm market. So at some point in the process of the relationship with that other person, that client, you're going to get to a point when the value has been recognized from the other side. Then you can open up the referral. Hey, who do you know and care about that needs to have access to this information? So just because you start in a cold market or a social media market doesn't mean that you can't fuel warm market lead generation, not yours, but theirs. And for your warm market lead generation, you have to understand you always have to be concentrating and talking about your business. Warm market lead generation doesn't stop after your business has been open for a little while. It's a continuous walk of life. As people are having kids, as they're buying houses, as they're getting ready for retirement, these are things that you can insert yourself into their conversation with the ability to help them do X, Y, or Z, whatever they're trying to accomplish. Remember, your warm market is one of the best places to prospect, because if you understand how to do this correctly, and this isn't about pitching or selling your warm market, this is about people that have relationships with you, asking them for help. Hey, I'm doing this. Can you critique this? Will you sit down? Will you go through this? Will you give me your honest opinion? And by doing that, if you have a solid business model that leads with a lot of great upfront education, it doesn't matter if you're asking for somebody's help in the warm market or to critique you, you're still getting the information over. That information is going to be very valuable. It's going to open up the mindsets, and it's going to be, hey, I would actually like to learn about this. And the common market, we left that out of the diagram, but your common market is one of your probably largest, what we call the natural market. It consists of three segments: is the inner, the outer warm market, and the common market. The common market is just a loose affiliation. I don't know Joe Smith, but Joe Smith went to the same school I did. He played with the same sports team I did. Similar occupation, military branch, some loose affiliation with that person creates what we call the common market bridge. The best way to talk to your business in the common market is to understand your mission, what you're trying to do. People buy into your mission and buy into you before they ever buy into products and services that you're selling. Remember, the why is extremely important. When you're dealing with the warm market, when you're dealing with the common market, if you're going to build a 6-7-figure business, you need to understand and you need to relay over to the other side in a clear, concise, and articulate way. Why do you do what you do? That's so, so important. Everybody can say what they do. Most people can say how they do it. Very few organizations and people know why they do what they do. You need to be able to, like I said, clearly, concisely, and articulately convey that over to the other side to help them understand, oh, this is why he or she does it. Realistically, if you're going to build a 6-figure financial services agency, you just have to understand two things. What is my market? Dialed into a persona, so I'm having the same conversations with the same type of people every day versus those random conversations with random people producing random outcomes. So what's my market? And then once I identify what my market is, what is my message to that market that's going to have them raise their hand and say, yeah, I actually want information about that. Can you help me with that? Yes, I want that free guide. Yes, I would like to sit down with you for an education class. Everything that you do leads to an action step. No matter what market you're dealing with, no matter what persona or what your message is, it always has to lead to the next action step. If you're going to build a successful financial services agency and you're going to reach 6-7 figures, you have to be next action step obsessed. If you leave stuff out in the open, or if you leave stuff to be scheduled or determined by the other side, not much is going to happen. You're going to have a lot of activity with little to no results. Also, you have to realize that what we do right now is, if you learn how to open your mouth and talk to people and learn the language and verbiage of how to effectively communicate with people, people are on the move. Think about how many people have switched jobs over the last couple of years. Think about how many people have switched homes over the last couple of years. People are on the move. Money is on the move. When you learn to talk to people in a way that's asking them questions, getting them talking, then you can, at the right point, find something they need or find something they need to avoid and insert yourself in the conversation. Think of how many 401ks are out there just sitting there from people who have either terminated their job voluntarily or left their job involuntarily because they got terminated or fired. The 401k is just sitting out there. It's very easy to talk to people about moving it. Many people, if it's been a few years, have even forgotten about that stuff. So understand, when people are on the move, money's on the move. You insert yourself and start talking to people about how you can help them and why you can help them. Be curious. Don't overpower the conversation. If you find yourself talking too much and the other side not talking, guess what? They're not listening to you. You have to make sure, like a ping pong or a tennis match, it goes back and forth. Ask questions, get the information. If it's relevant information, then you have to, dig down more. Tell me more. What did you mean by that? Can you expand on that? Because your job is to connect the dots. Sometimes the dots don't really connect. They're not in your persona. You really can't help them. They're not able, willing, and wanting to be helped. You move on. Most of the time, you're going to connect the dots. Hey, you're here. You're trying to get here. You want to do this. You want to avoid this. Here's how you do it. And here's how you start learning how to accomplish it. Create excitement. Remember, financial services, people fear money. All of these things that people have ideas about money. So when you're dealing with money, when you're teaching about money, educating, your products and services have to do with money. You need to create excitement because other people are fearful of money. When you create excitement, remember, people are going to buy into your emotion. People are going to buy into you. You have to be excited about your business. Treat your business as if it's already a 6 or 7 figure business. If it's not, and get excited about the potential future, but rein that excitement into today. You have to be excited about your business. You can't expect everybody else to be excited about your business if you're mundane. Words have power. What you say and what you don't say. The velocity and the quickness you get to 6 or 7 figures can be learned from basic stuff like words, because if you're trying to corral people in, then you need to understand that upfront, what we call jab communication. I learned it from just watching people like Billy Mays, because Billy Mays started on the Atlantic City boardwalk. And if you've got people just walking down the boardwalk constantly, you have to be able to corral them in. This is the language that you do that. So when we're talking about getting people to understand what the situation is, talking about, the retirement, talking about interest rates, talking about debt, organize your language around this, that where most people would either give you 100% affirmation or a negative response. You want to corral as many people into a yes or no answer as possible. That's what this language is good for. And then you got to find, like I said, either two things, pleasure, feel good, avoiding pain. What motivates your audience? Sometimes avoiding pain is a stronger motivating factor. It's the carrot versus the stick, but you have to understand it. Once again, inside your persona, you're going to start learning more and more about these people. You're looking for pain points that you can solve. You're ushering in solutions for problems. The products and services are just a byproduct to what you do. This is how we're going to get you to where you want to go. This is how we're going to avoid you getting somewhere where you don't want to go. So understand that you have to understand what motivates people. People are emotional creatures. If you're going to build a 6-7 figure financial services agency, you have to understand people are going to make decisions based on emotions, even though you're talking facts. And you get into what you negotiate. And this is one of the biggest things that will help you build a flourishing, affluent financial services agency, is you have to learn how to negotiate with people. Hey, if I can show you a way to do this, this, or this, does it make sense to do this? And when you negotiate with people, hey, if I could show you a way to do this, how would you like to, all of these things, you're showing them a way, knowing exactly what to expect, not having to worry about some of those preemptive objections, rebuttals, problems that people are bringing within your persona. Once again, dial into persona helps you craft this kind of language, because you're speaking to the same types of people, the same types of problems, etc. So this is the negotiation process. Hey, how would you like to, knowing exactly what to expect, not having to worry about. This is how you craft negotiation language, guys. Because all you're doing is just taking people through a process. You have a factory pipeline of awareness, interest, decision, and action. Don't get emotional about, even though your clients are emotional and we're emotional creatures, don't get emotional about the process of taking in leads, converting those leads into outcomes. Good, bad, or ugly, the right people will make the right decisions. The rest of them, we will get rid of. When you are starting to find success in marketing, evaluate. Also, on the other side, if you're not getting success from marketing, evaluate. You need to find out where your leads are coming from and where your customers are coming from, where they're coming from, how they're coming from, and why. What are the outcomes? And when you find something that's working, continue to work that over and over and over again until it becomes stale or old. On the other side, if something's not working, you want to give it a little time. Don't exit out too soon. But if you get past a certain point, you say, hey, this just isn't working. You can change not everything at once. You can change small things, or you can scrap the whole, the pathway and start something new. The foundation of your marketing business, because we are a financial services business, but you're also an online marketing business. So you have to have a vision and you have to have a personal development strategy. And that's going to be leading into what we call personal branding. Remember, you have to live a brand and you have to be authentic in your brand. And then with your brand, you have to have target market strategy. Once again, who's my persona? Where am I going to find them? What's my message going to be? Once you can do that, you have a monetization strategy, leads converting into outcomes. And then it's all about throwing fuel on the fire, content creation, content marketing strategy, follow-up and engagement, and traffic. You don't need to go to a traffic strategy if you don't have a vision and a personal development strategy. So understand these are all stepping stones. You don't have to do everything at one time, but you do have to lay out the stepping stones to understand, what do I need to do now? And what do I need to do as I accomplish this stuff going forward? 3 phases of growth: social media, networking, prospecting. Remember, marketing and networking are 2 different things. It's a lot easier, in my opinion, to network. Hey, what do you do? That's great. How long have you been doing it? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Show interest in other people in order to build interest in what you're doing. Once you master that, go on to your personal branding and content marketing. And then once you understand everything, your persona, where they are, you're getting some outcomes, you understand how to do this, then you throw fuel on the fire with paid advertising to scale your business. You do not throw money at your business if you have no idea what you're doing. That's called gambling. Might as well go to Vegas. And then as you get better at this, you don't want to manufacture everything from an outbound perspective. You're going to have to do that in the beginning, but a key to a 6 and a 7-figure business is learning what's called inbound marketing, which is having that rapport, trust, and credibility built online for yourself so that the leads are coming in, know who you are, know what you do, and they have an interest in either receiving information, education from you, or talking to you. Remember, it's really nice to wake up in the morning, you got a bunch of leads and activity and calendar events that have been booked without you having to manufacture the demand. And then you just kind of understand digital marketing is not a 1-lane highway. It's got a bunch of different things and you don't have to do everything, but you have to pick out the stuff that you have interest in, and you have to continue to learn and develop yourself to become better at it. And then, like I said, when it's time to pay and throw fuel on the fire, understand where your ad dollars are going and what they're returning. If you're not dialed into your numbers, remember, if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. Throwing money at paid marketing, even after you've gone through several steps, you have to understand what things are costing you and what things are returning to you to understand, is there an ROI? What am I doing here? Am I wasting my time and my money? Or is this an effective and efficient way to attract inbound marketing? And then use social media to expand your business. Remember, if your plans for your business don't include social media, your plans are not complete. If you were to go back 40 years ago and tell people this is what the future looks like, how excited would they be to be able to get in front of their clients at any time of the day with a message? Think about what you have access to and don't take it for granted. Understand the advantages that you have. And if you're not willing to go out and do this stuff, the other people that are going to build the 6 and 7-figure business, and you're not. Also, if you're going to understand your virtual business, you're going to build a 6 or 7-figure virtual business, then understand that we're in a different type of environment. Whereas in the kind of old traditional way, you want to have a trimmed haircut, clean shave, warm smile, feel of confidence, a nice outfit on, firm handshake, correct body posture. All that stuff's important. In a virtual world, it's what you say, how you say it, understanding your business assets, having command of simple technology, and the organization of your presentation. So it's a different environment, different things that you need to make a good impression. But if you get online and you don't have command of simple technology, they are going to lose faith in your ability to help them. This is what it looks like, guys. Inbound methodology. You attract, you engage, and delight. That's all you're doing. This is how it breaks down. You have to have an emotional connection in the attraction stage. So this is content that educates, informs, or entertains. These are facts, tips, how-tos. Once again, everything can't be a pitch or a sale or an advertisement. You have to have people wanting your information, and that comes from the attraction stage. You have to learn how to attract people into your audience, constantly building your audience. At the right time, you're going to engage and sell those people. Now, the engage sell or the engage stage, this is content to help them solve their problem. So once you've attracted them into your circle, you need to engage them. These are videos, articles, memes, interviews, webinars, access to products, calls to action. Hey, you got a problem. This is how you solve it. So you attract the right persona, you engage that persona, and then you delight. Delight is the content that helps them connect or entertain. So this is the stuff that keeps them interested in coming back to you, seeing your stuff. This builds loyalty and it drives retention. When you are online advertising, marketing, networking, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to understand where your audience spends time. If you create something and you only create it for the desktop version, you neglect what it looks like on mobile, and it looks like crap on mobile, guess what? Most of your clients are pulling up this stuff from mobile. So if you've neglected to see what that looks like or organize that in a way that, you know, looks nice, then you've kind of wasted your time. 75 to 90% of your ad's overall performance is attributed to the ad or the images you use. Think about that. Think about you on Facebook. You know, we scroll the length of the Statue of Liberty online every day. So as people are scrolling, what's going to stop their attention? It's some type of a picture or an image. So understand that people are image first, and then organize your post, whether those are paid marketing, organic marketing, you know, social media post. Understand the importance of the image. If you don't have money, you're just getting started, you need to understand, even if you do have money, you don't throw money at something. You have to understand where to start. And something starting as simple as email communication and LinkedIn. These are wheres you want to start, because, you know, your hierarchy of return on investment marketing performance, this is what works. You just don't need to do everything at one time, but you do need to do something to start. You have to build that pyramid, just like we're telling our clients, hey, you need to build a pyramid, and this is what each parts of the pyramid looks like. You need to build a pyramid for your business and understand what you control, what works, and how to start. Subject lines matter. So if you're starting with emails, if you have this great email offer, this call to action, it's awesome, you're excited about it, but your subject line sucks, doesn't matter how great the email is, no one's going to open it. So you have to understand the small details of your business are going to help accelerate you if you do them correctly to six figures, or it's going to hold you back. Small details matter. And then once again, one of the most important things that you can do is just quit working with everybody. Own your niche, find your ideal client, and make them a priority. And let them know, hey, this is a priority. I work with X. You are X. I help them do Y. Here's how you start. And once again, if you are struggling with lead generation, if you're wondering, you know, how am I going to find the people that are in my persona, don't forget something as simple as a search can start, because online directories are out there. You know, this is the era of big data. So if you understand where to find people, once again, not random people, but online directories of people who are dialed into your persona, then it's easy. All of these places out here, and once again, you don't have to use all this stuff. Find a few that actually work for you and help your business. If your persona is small business, guess what? 70% of small businesses are owned and operated by a single person. So if you're trying to help small business owners understand, if you're dialing that up, if you're putting a comment on their contact form on their website, either they're probably picking up the phone or they're looking at it. So small business, you know, you're probably talking to that business owner, or you're one or two people away from that business owner. And when you're talking to business owners, remember, we're business owners too. Think about wearing all the hats. It's impossible, guys. And if you try to wear all the hats, there's going to be deficiencies. Business owners need to concentrate on their business, and they need to get help in other areas. And that's where we come in. You know, they're responsible for things like their insurance, their taxes, their retirement, budgeting on a variable income for professional and personal needs. So what we do is we help self-employed. And if that's your persona, you need to go out there and you need to explain to them why they need you, how you help them. And when you look at this stuff, this is their responsibility. So once again, there's only 24 hours in the day. They need to concentrate on their business. How are they concentrating on all this other stuff? And if they don't concentrate on this, the deficiencies are going to come home to roost at some point in the future. You control only, or you concentrate on only what you control. You don't control the results, really. You control the activity. So as you're out there in your persona, some yes, some no, some will, some won't. Who cares? Keep moving on. Only concentrate on the things that you control. Don't get emotional about this. And as you're building your agency, obviously, you're going to need help. You're going to build the agency bigger. You're going to attract both clients and partners. One of the things that you can do to accelerate the growth of your agency and also set the stage, help yourself with personal development, outline the perfect person who you want to hire, and then go out there and be that person on a daily basis. There's different parts of your business. Hopefully you're getting help with different parts of your business on the front end, but this is it. Once you learn how to market, once you learn how to educate and create sales, and once you learn how to manage both partners and clients, this is a very easy business. It's a very rewarding business. All of my clients that talk to me have incoming messages. It's either a strategy question, it's a technical question, or they're letting me know, hey, I'm hitting my goals. I'm doing this. Thank you so much. If you're in the right space with the right type of people that you connect with, this can be a very rewarding business, not just on a financial level, but for what you're doing for other people. The disqualification saves you time. So understand, you can't want this more than people want it for themselves. Even if somebody's in your persona, you're working with them, you still have to be able to disqualify within that persona, meaning, hey, this person doesn't want to be helped. This person's unwilling to be helped. You disqualify those people. Financial wellness, guys, if you're going to build a 6 or a 7-figure agency, financial wellness is a huge business opportunity. Look at 60% of employees say financial matters and money challenges are their number one fear. Do you guys realize if somebody has financial stress, debt stress, things like that, it can be a bigger harm to productivity on the employer's business from the employee than things like addiction and alcoholism? So think about what we're doing and then go to the marketplace and start to serve. Do you sell or do you serve? Because relationships equal transactions. Don't go out there and pitch and sell. Create relationships. Serve people. The money will come. And you need to find your personal success equation because your passion, your talent, your association, your action, your faith create a success equation. Once you understand how to organize these things, it's off to the races. We're coming into a brand new financial environment that's vastly different from the one that we came out of. People need you. Can they find you? And then you got to understand if something's getting in the way, what is it? Identify it and fix it. Is your lack of clarity, your lack of motivation, your wrong association, your bad habits, your self-doubt? Identify and fix. The business works. Plenty of other people building 6 and 7-figure businesses. We just have to fix ourselves. And then once again, serve a need, solve a problem. You have to not sell stuff. You have to solve problems and serve a need. That's what successful businesses do. Yes, the products and services make you money, but you're solving problems and you're serving needs on the front side. You have the ability in this business, in this industry, to help others have fun and make a lot of money. Help people help themselves. Help yourself first, then look to teach other people. There's a ripple effect to that. People need you. People want you. Can they find you? Do you want to be found? You cannot build a huge business that's going to reward you professionally and personally being a secret agent. So you have to decide. To get to 6 and 7 figures, there's a lot that you need to do, but you first have to decide, are you interested and committed in your life, your business goals, and your dreams? Because interest won't get you there. It has to be commitment. If you're committed to making this happen, you should be able to make it happen. Why would somebody follow you, do business with you or your company? It's the strength of your character. It's being trustworthy. It's the competence that you show. And it's the connection that you make, once again, with the persona. There's no such thing as a perfect leader, guys, but you can do a really good job with commitment and consistency. If you can get dialed in to commitment and consistency, great things will happen for your business. And then once again, you need to get out of the mindset and the activity points of selling. Selling can be hard. It's a lot easier to educate people into buying decisions and to try to sell them things. So prospecting and recruiting are not the same thing. Prospecting and selling are not the same thing. It can be a real easy process if you just learn how to talk to people and not force this. Have wow moments. Inspired action, increased commitment, resilient determination. You don't go from 0 to 6, 0 to 7 figures. There's going to be some stepping stones. There's going to be some obstacles and roadblocks. Are you going to cave in at the first sign of trouble? If so, you're never going to get there. Agency in motion, building, operating, and managing agencies in the 21st century.